This one person in the meeting had such an amazing smile, such a phenomenal, beautiful smile. Like, bro, I could just take it and stick it on my wall. I did not get a job. You shouldn't necessarily have to settle for the bare minimum. First of all, I've got updates on the housing application for the new generation. It's just like saying everything with that body. But I also want to just feel reassured by my own efforts that yes, I'm going to be making money, and yes, I can make money as quickly as possible. I genuinely appreciate people who genuinely take the time to go through everything with me. Just put up my new February goals, like also again in February, because I don't want to be wasting money that I don't need to be wasting. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivuh, if you do not know me, and today we are actually going to be doing a reset video. It's starting off today, which is, I don't even know the date, 10th? Yeah, so it's Tuesday 10th of February and we're going to be doing a reset video, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Just grab my tripod. We're going to be planning out my February. It's already the 7th of February, we only got 20 days left, not even 20 days left, because February has shorter days in the month. But we're going to be planning out the rest of my February. We're going to actually do some stuff as well that we're going to be working towards so that we actually get this stuff done, sorted, everything. We're going to lock in. We're going to embrace every part of the journey, the rest, the grind, everything. Some things that I've actually been doing already is obviously maintaining my space, which I'm really proud of. I've also been able to like set some foundations on my routine already. I do need to just further like refine my routine and really just lock in and make sure that I'm doing it and being more consistent. But other than that, things are going well. So let's just keep on making it better. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep on making it better. It just reminded me of that one comedian who was talking about like how teens and like young people, the new generation, is just like saying everything with their body. Like, that's what it reminds me of.
These teenage girls nowadays, they extra talk with their whole body. When they talk to you, I ask my daughter a simple question. I say, Casey, are you hungry? This is her response. So I mean like I'm hungry or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm hungry or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm hungry, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm hungry or whatever, like I'm hungry, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm hungry, you know what I'm saying? I'm hungry, but I'm not like hungry. I'm so frustrated. I'm like, you want to eat or not? I get so angry.
Okay, so I think actually just generally speaking, I might just do a brain dump of like when I move out, just because it's on my mind. I want to just get it out of my head. Like when I move out, what are some things that I'm going to need to know how to pay for? Not how to pay for, what things I'm going to need to know to pay for, and also what I need money for, basically when I do move out. Because I should be moving out very soon, as you guys know if you have watched my last video. I have actually an update for you guys. So I actually did get a call this evening around like having to fill out some more forms basically, and then having been told by the housing association that yes, I should be receiving another email from another like company, organization, body, whatever, that will basically be moving my thing forward. And then I think after that I probably, like from my own like uneducated enough guess, I believe I should be getting another call basically to meet for like actually getting my keys. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. There's like an area that I'm not really supposed to be filling out, which is the one around like how much my rent is going to be, because they're going to fill that out. But everything else that I can fill out, I should be filling out and sending it back to them. So I'm going to do a brain dump, because it's on my mind, around like what things I should be paying for or would need to pay for, most likely from my own knowledge, around what around what I'm going to be paying for when I move out. So, and then obviously that'll just give me kind of like peace of mind. So at least I know like, okay, this is what I'm gonna need to pay for. I just need to make sure I have enough money for it basically. And also it could set me up to like be able to save a little bit more money because of this. But I'm just kind of worried that I'm not gonna be where I need to be, which is kind of annoying, because I don't want to be in a position where like I feel like, oh, I can't pay for what I need to be paying for. I know that I deserve to be making more money. It's just more so about how am I going to do that? How am I going to present opportunities as well for me to actually make this money? So that's what we're going to look at. And yeah, we're just not going to stress too much about what's not happened yet, because that's just me setting myself up for failure. having to lean over this table every time I want to stop. My thing's not refreshing. I'm hoping that it's gonna look now. It should be. Okay, so I've just done the like what I may need for when I move out. So essentially I wrote like extra groceries, and this is like just keeping in mind that with like my situation presently and like the relationships that I have in my life, I'm gonna create space for like having extra money in case anything ever happens, and also regarding my health as well if anything ever happens, because I actually did, when I did break my toenail, if any of you guys do know, especially if you follow me on TikTok, you would have seen, or if you follow me, or if you have me on Snapchat, you would have seen that I broke my toenail and I had to go to the A&E to literally get it snapped back in place, as much as I'll talk about it in case any of you guys hate like the picture that I'm creating in your head. But yeah, so like I had to pay like £25 in total just to go there and back, which was it was emptying my pockets, honestly, because that was the money that I even needed to use for bills. So like obviously not having a financial safety net is obviously making a negative impact on my life. So I've seen it, make sure that I have a financial safety net, blah blah blah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I have money for extra groceries, like have money put aside for those kinds of things. I might do the thing where like there was this one in my New Year's resolutions video, I did put like some Pinterest pictures like as a little vision kind of thing on each side. So if you guys remember in that video, I actually put like a little picture of like an expense thing, like an expense file. So it would have like these envelopes, and it would have an amount of money in each envelope for in that picture. I think it was like for a haircut, for eating out, for groceries, for expenses, bills, whatever. But I'm gonna kind of like replicate the same thing in a sense. I split it up into like, okay, this is how much money I have for this is how much money I have for that. And then obviously just how I kind of like visualize it in my head, because I normally do everything mentally. I normally budget mentally. I'll be like, okay, this is how much money I have for this, and then I'll split things up within my bank account. Like I would use calculators and stuff just to calculate, okay, this is how much money I need for these subscriptions, this is how much money I need exactly for these groceries or for my travel this month, and I'll just kind of like do it like that. And it was never really a problem for me. It does obviously allow me to be more mathematically involved with my expenses. But yeah, these are some kinds of things, and I'd love to just have some extra money, just one, for peace of mind. Two, you know, like, peace of mind is everything, and also just like in case, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I talked about getting more travel, like money for more travel, like if I want to just travel in general, whether that's inside London, outside of London, whatever. And then also if I want to just go to the gym, because where I'm moving, it will be further away from my gym, and so I could go to either one gym or another gym, because there'll be two gyms that are relatively close enough to me. It's just more so like it would be a long walk if I was to walk there. Does that make sense? So I'd have to just pay for travel. Or I'd need to have money for travel if I ever want to just, you know, jump on the bus rather than do a long walk. Because me personally, especially in winter, you will not catch me wanting to walk outside just to get to the gym. I'll be either going on a bus, or I just won't go to the gym at all, and I'll just do home workouts. That's it. Like if I'm going somewhere, then I'll just stop by on the way. Does that make sense? New pillows, blankets, and duvets. Basically I've got blankets already, but I would like to get some new ones. And I'd also, not to say that I'm gonna throw those away, I'll just have those like for winter or whatever, but I'd like to get some new blankets. But I'd also like to get some duvets. At least then I'm relying more on duvets than blankets, because the blankets, like, they would have to be dry cleaned, unless I just want them to kind of turn out the way they did, where it's like it kind of gets stuck together, not like stuck together in like a bad way, but like it's not as fluffy, it doesn't look as fluffy or as like maintained as it could be, because obviously I'm not freaking dry cleaning it. And then service charges, most likely I might end up having to pay for service charges, so that's just something I'm gonna keep in my mind. I'm like, okay, cool, just gonna keep that in my mind. Wi-Fi and broadband, and then an emergency fund. I wrote stove, like stove, cooker, all that kind of stuff. Those are just things I'm just keeping in my mind, like, okay, maybe I'll have to pay for these things, if not, even better, but most likely I'm gonna have to pay for those things. I was thinking something else in my head, which I literally forgot. I'll probably have to pay for new furniture as well, but I'm just hoping that will be covered either in my care leaver grant or through the vouchers and like the other work that I do, just saving money up from that kind of thing. I'm just hoping that everything will just work out, but I also want to just feel reassured by my own efforts that yes, I'm going to be making money, and yes, I can make money as quickly as possible rather than having to wait on getting paid by external people, because I really hate getting paid by organizations and companies, because it's like I can't control when they pay me. I can't control that. if I was my own boss, I can pay myself whenever. You know what I'm saying? Or like I'll know how much money I'm getting. I'll know the day that I'm getting the money. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's no questions for any of that. I journal about like boundaries and like friendships and all that kind of stuff, just because that's also been another thing on my mind. Relationships has also been on my mind, but not in like a very, very big sense. I kind of just did like a Snapchat story on like talking about that in general, so like I don't really feel like I need to talk about that. The very, very big thing that I want to be looking at is friendships, just because friendships is going to be a more prevalent thing in my life, most likely for at least a good part of this year. I'd love to look at boundaries all over again. I feel like I have to continuously review my boundaries, because like if you don't think about boundaries, like the boundaries you've set or the boundaries you haven't set, it's like you're kind of setting yourself up for failure, because like when you're going through learning about people, when you're going through having new experiences with people as friends or as potential friends, you're always gonna be faced with them doing something that you may like or you may not like, things that you haven't actually talked about, so they don't even know if you like it or not. People, you know, things like that. One of the main issues that I kind of find myself in when I'm trying to find new friendships is the fact that there are a lot of people who I would come across and they don't care, or like they don't show any support towards Palestine or like other humanitarian crisis that's happening in the world. They'll be funding modern slavery, they'll be funding genocide, like companies and and organizations that genuinely blatantly fund these things. I personally don't agree with having friends that do that support that, whether it's through money or whether it's by mouth. So that's one of the main things that kind of like impacted me. Like it doesn't bring me peace of mind. It just makes me think, okay, well, how am I gonna, like, it just makes me think, okay, like, when am I gonna tell someone about this? When it's a good opportunity to talk about these kinds of things? Like, why should I even be having to talk about these things? Do people not know about what's going on? It brings a lot of questions to my mind that I shouldn't even be having to think about. And I know that obviously, like, a lot of these things I just need to have conversations about these kinds of things, but sometimes it's a bit hard for me to feel like sometimes it can be hard for me to feel like I can talk to people about these things without feeling like a dictator. Does that make sense? And like that's something that I've always struggled with, because like I have run like servers and and I have, you know, been able to speak about certain things, but sometimes I feel like the way I can come across can feel like I'm trying to tell you don't fund these things, you know, even though it makes logical sense that you shouldn't fund these things. Like I don't want to make it seem as if like I'm forcing you to, or like you have to do these things, otherwise you're a bad human, you know. I don't want to make it come across that way. It's like, it's different if you don't know these things fund these things, right? But it's a whole other thing if you know they fund these things and you still do it anyways, you know, or like you don't do even a little bit to fulfill your part. Does that make sense? If you don't know about it, or if I don't know if you know about it, then it's like a thing where I just have to bring it up with you. But it's more so about me figuring out how to bring it up with you. It's a case-by-case thing, basically. That's what I mean. I could go on with this forever, but I'm gonna quickly do a quick journal entry kind of about this, and then also just general boundaries and like what I want in friendships and stuff. And then we'll just move on with the actual boundary, not the boundary, we'll move on to the actual goal setting and then laminating these, and we'll see how things go, basically. If some things don't get done, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. We're just going to keep the ball moving, you know? You make my heart, you make my heart, you make my heart, you make my heart, you make my heart. The laptop's not even turning on. That's how long I've been journaling for. 7 o'clock. So 7 o'clock, it's been 30 minutes since I've been journaling. So I need to wrap this up. I've literally just been journaling about my move, actually. I haven't been journaling about the boundaries and stuff that I said I was going to journal about. But I'm going to write a little bit about it, even though I did talk to you guys about that. But I'm really glad that I wrote about moving, because that's also another thing that's been on my mind. We are back. I've literally done, how many pages have I done? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages, about 10 pages. Literally spent an hour writing. I was talking about I'm in a situation, what I kind of like have envisioned for when I move out, the update that I had regarding housing, obviously being called, having to do the forms and stuff like that, and obviously hoping to have the keys and everything like that too. Also, things I want to be looking out for that I didn't look out for as well when I got this place, you know, drafts, because that's another thing that I've actually been struggling with. Like, there's been drafts in my apartment, so it gets cold very quickly when it's winter. Making sure things are sturdy, making sure that there's no holes, no mold or anything like that as well, no leaks, no nothing. Making sure that the ventilation's good, everything like that. I'm probably on a higher floor to make sure that, again, there's no additional drafts, whereas, you know, like if you're on ground floor, maybe there's a bit more drafts, you know, opportunities for drafts to get in. The layouts of the actual place, I'm actually really glad with it. Different things like that. Manifesting that genuinely I really like the apartment. There was one new build that I saw that I could have had the opportunity to have, like, if they gave me like that that site, which had like, it was, I don't know if it had an island. I don't think it had an island, but it had like kind of like the kitchen that I have right now, but black, like black tabletops, black counter, or like mixes of black in it. And I really like that, because obviously you guys know that I really love black, and I really love a black kind of aesthetically pleasing like place, accommodation. So anything black that I can get, like black stove. I already got a black washing machine. I'm gonna be getting a black stove, period, with like silver finishes. You know, like anything that I can get that is black that I that can really tie in my place, I'd really love to have that. And especially if it's already like, as like, you know, like the amenities and stuff like that, like that would be so good to have like a black cupboard or like a dark cupboard than to have, you know, a white cupboard that I don't actually necessarily want. Does that make sense? So yeah, if I can get any of that stuff, that would be freaking amazing. It would feel more like my home if I was just to have that. I'm probably gonna guess that it probably won't be black, like the cupboards at least, but I'm hoping they would be dark or black. I was also thinking about the bathroom, because obviously you guys know, if you've watched my video on like the all-nighter, also when I was washing the shower, the drain, oh my god, yeah. So what I want for my new bathroom is like to have the drain be like absolutely beautiful, stunning, you know, a functional drain. I need a functional drain. I cannot do without a functional drain. Absolutely pisses me off that this one's not like functional, or like as functional as it could be. And it needs to be easily cleanable as well. And then also like cleanable walls or tiled walls or something in the shower as well. Having a good shower head, all that kind of stuff. Good pressure as well within the bathroom. Also a good flushing toilet. I need a good flushing toilet. Who doesn't need a good flushing toilet? Obviously these are first world kind of like expectations and standards. And I'm grateful, you know, just, it's like more so like, I'm very grateful. I'm not trying to compare myself. I'm not trying to say like, I'm not trying to seem ungrateful as well. But it's just so, more so like, these are just things that I know would make me feel comfortable in a home, you know, like these are like my standards kind of thing. Like I wouldn't want to settle for less, if that makes sense. Obviously there may be some things where you have to kind of like settle, but you shouldn't necessarily have to settle for the bare minimum, if that makes sense. And this is the bare minimum. You should have a working toilet, you should have functional stuff, you know. So that's kind of what I want. And then also, yeah, ensuring there's no drafts. Like really and truly, I can't be having drafts. I don't want to be having to turn on my heaters every single day, you know, when really and truly I shouldn't have to be doing that. Like if I need to turn on the heater, so be it, you know. But if there's no reason as to why I should have been turning on my heater, then I don't want to be turning on my heater, period. Then for my apartment as well, like to keep it in like a dark aesthetic, I would love to have that. Even for my tables as well, I'm thinking maybe I'll just end up sanding it down and then painting it black, but I really don't know if that's even possible. You know, like how you can have that paper that you can stick onto a table? I might do that instead, or I might just get a black sheet of paper or something, and then get like a glass tabletop thing, and then put that on top, and then obviously that would be black. It really just depends, honestly. I also talked about the balcony, the vibes I want there, like the outside chairs, having bean bags, having board games and stuff like that, especially for the summer, things like that. And I was also talking about like how I want my layout of my room to be. Like, I'm kind of skipping over talking about Wi-Fi as well. Oh my god, I need Wi-Fi. I don't need Wi-Fi. I'm probably just going to want to get Wi-Fi because when I'm kind of like posting these videos, if I'm posting like long videos, guys, I would not be able to post them on data. Like, I won't be able to use, like, if I'm posting like an hour-long video, God forbid, I will have to wait an entire day. Not even a couple, 3 hours. No, I'm gonna have to wait an entire day to freaking post that for you guys, because there's no way I'll be able to post an hour-long video on YouTube and it be fine. Like, you know, like I'm gonna not be able to use my phone for the entire day, you know, and that's not really ideal. I would like to get like another phone as well in the future, but like it's not ideal to just have my phone uploading something for an hour when really it could take 20 minutes or like an hour, you know, rather than it taking a whole day. I was talking about like how I'd also like to have more of everything as well when I move out. Not like when I move out, but more so when I get more money and when I feel more financially free. Everything that I would buy would be for myself. It wouldn't be to try and please other people or try to be validated by what people say, if that makes sense. It would just be me wanting to elevate my own style and stuff like that, basically. But I want to get more stuff later down the line just so I can feel more comfortable in myself. So things like blankets, towels, facilitation resources as well for when I actually do facilitate to more people, and things like shoes, footwear, having travel essentials as well, so like I can just have like my own stuff that I know that always these are my go-tos for when I go travel. I have a bunch of little waters, and I have like a bunch of like water bottles, like reusable water bottles, and travel toothbrushes, blah blah blah, all stacked up and ready to go, basically, like little pouches, because I like to be very organized in that kind of sense. So like having little things that would benefit me in the future, that's kind of like what I want. And then change of topic, I did like talking about like boundaries and stuff like that, friends. There was actually like I was talking about like obviously again like how I was talking about Palestine, and like there's something that makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to seem like a dictator when I'm actually talking about these kinds of things, but like I just I reminded myself of like when someone was talking to me about when I was told someone I was really proud of them for talking about McDonald's and how it funds genocide, and them telling people like, oh yeah, it funds genocide, don't buy from them, you know. And it's not like a thing where we're coming from a place of being a dictator, but it's also coming from a place of a person that has humanity, if that makes sense. Because if we were suffering because people are buying from a certain place and we know that we could stop it by not buying from a certain thing, we would stop buying from the certain things to save people's lives. So it's not like a thing where like, oh, we're trying to be a dictator. It's just more so a thing like we know that to have humanity means to stop buying from certain things if we have the capacity and the will to do so, you know. So at least then we can save extra lives, you know. It's not like a game where like, oh, someone's life doesn't matter. No, it's genuinely a thing where like we can create as much friction to be able to stop the genocide from going on. So we're going to try and do as much as possible to just stop it from going on. I'm going to make sure to talk to people in general if those kinds of things come up, especially, and continue doing so, because I have been doing so, but I want to continue doing so. Like if I feel like people are buying from certain things and it makes me feel uncomfortable, if you make me feel uncomfortable and we're trying to build a friendship here, then hey, there's something wrong. I need to talk to you about it, you know. If you get offended, then that's something wrong with you and not something wrong with me, because I have humanity, I really care, I'm pro-Palestinian, whatever. So yeah, it shouldn't really make anyone feel comfortable. If you understand that it's unaliving people, then there's no reason as to why you should feel offended by me trying to speak to you about it. I just think it's just common sense. But and I feel like that's also another reason as to why I should be unapologetic when I do talk to people about these things. Like I even wrote, thank you this person for the reminder, like you coming into my mind at that moment where I was journaling about it. But yeah, and then I was just thinking as well, like sometimes like when I kind of invite people into my space, like just where I live, and also while inviting people into like my life as well, I feel like some people just don't really know how to care for me, or they don't know how to show that they are appreciative of me. They're not able to show, or they don't show that they actually care about the efforts that I put in when it comes to building up our friendship. It's like if we're in a friendship, you're supposed to be doing things for me as well. You're supposed to be showing up for me as well. You're supposed to be supporting me as well. You're supposed to be showing gratitude for me as well. Just like I show gratitude for you. Just like I do things for you. Just like I show up for you, you know? So if I'm the only one doing like things for you, or like showing up for you, and you're just saying thank you, it just feels like you don't actually care about what I do for you, because you're not actually showing with your actions that you appreciate what I do for you and you want me to do more for you by you doing something for me to reciprocate that energy and make me feel like, okay, yeah, I can do more for you because you actually do appreciate it and you actually want to be in my life by you showing that, you know, you're going to do things for me as well, basically. I'm not the type of person where I'm just going to be like, okay, because you didn't do something for me, I'm not going to interact with you no more. But I think it just gets to a point where, because I constantly see that in a lot of the relationships I have and also had in the past, I feel like I have to really reevaluate who I have in my life, because lots of people, like, I feel like a lot of people seem entitled to receiving the kind of treatment that I give them, if that makes sense. Like, I will make food for you, I will freaking go out of my way for you, I will freaking you know, create letters for you. I like, even in the past, like, I used to like write a bunch of letters and like sentimental stuff to people. I especially if it was long distance friendships or relationships. I would you know, I don't know, I'd wash dishes, I would like clean up stuff, whatever. You know, I do a lot of things for a person, right? And I try to be as best as a friend and person or partner to you, right? But I feel like a lot of people just kind of seem entitled to receiving that kind of treatment from me. Like, they just see it as like not like a bare minimum, but like, because I don't feel like people even get that kind of treatment from a lot of people. But because I genuinely feel like the way I do treat people, especially when I give my 100%, which no one has ever seen me give 100%, by the way, because I can genuinely do so much more, especially if I had more resources, more money, whatever. But I feel like people just feel entitled to receiving that kind of treatment. No one will ask to do. It's very, very rare, and I genuinely do appreciate it when people actually ask, like, can I do this for you, or like, can I wash up the dishes, or can I help you set this up, because it shows me, okay, you actually do care. Like, you want to actually help, instead of like, you actually being proactive in trying to help the both of us or help build our relationship, than me just having to do everything on my own and then you just kind of enjoy it or indulge, if that makes sense. So that's just something that's been on my mind, because I've seen it in past relationships. I see it in some of my current relationships, like my like potential friends and stuff, and then sometimes I see it like in the future, in the sense of like seeing how people can act before we are even in a friendship, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's just something that's been on my mind too. So I did write about that a little bit too. Yeah, and then I talked about like my routine and stuff, and like how I want to just continue building up the foundations of myself. And then I talked about like kind of like for February, what we're aiming for is like more job opportunities, more resources, making more progress and stuff like that, basically utilizing my action plan and stuff like that, basically stuff like that, and more consistency in my content creation. So that's what I wrote in my journaling. And yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly put some lime into the air fryer real quick. Okay, let me show you guys. That's what it looks like. Period. Alright, cool. Now that we've done the journaling and we kind of did a brain dump, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling great. I took a piss, feeling great. I'm going to look at my action plan, and I'm also going to look at my New Year resolutions as well, because I wrote them up on like these little memo sheets. And also just to update you guys real quick as well. So I have a little update. So in terms of like my New Year resolutions, I've actually taken away one. Can you guys guess which one it was? Comment down below. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. High protein, high fiber diet is still going on. Right now, I'm not eating as much fiber just because of my financial instability. I just don't have enough money to be buying a lot of foods right now. And then having a set routine as well, still in the works and still going. It's actually getting so much better as well. So I'm really excited for what's to come. Establishing my facilitation services. I've changed it to services instead of company, because the company will come down later down the line. But I'm still going to be promoting and growing it as well. And then being consistent on all platforms, that's still staying, and embracing the process, still staying. Right, adding new furniture and organisation to my flat, still staying, still not do that. Moved out by summer, still doing that. Hopefully it'll be by end of February. Hoping. hoping. Yeah, and then building an emergency fund at 2K. So I think this is where I removed it. Establishing my loctician services, I've removed that because I don't think that's going to be something that's going to be able to happen this year. It could definitely happen. I could definitely get a client and do that, but it could make things more complicated for me. I'm not sure. But also, if it happens, it happens. But I just don't want it to be like a focus or like feel like, okay, because I've put this as a New Year resolution, I'm a failure if I don't do it, yada, yada, yada. It's fine that I'm not going to remove my video as well about the New Year resolutions just because I don't think I'm going to achieve that. I'm going to keep that up and we're going to see how things change and if I do achieve these things. I believe I did say that in the video anyways, so we're just going to see how things go. Again, if I do something related to my loctician services, that's freaking amazing and I'll document the process around it, but it's just not going to be something that I actually be like, okay, I'm going to establish a company around it, I'm going to establish a service around it. We'll just see what happens. If that does happen this year, freaking amazing, freaking fantastic. And, you know, I achieved all 9 that I did start off with, you know. But I just decided to just remove that one because I don't really want that to be like a focus, a prime focus of the year. If I do something around it kind of to like establish my like the foundations of it a little bit this year, that's amazing. But maybe next year, maybe the year after, I'll do something like that, or I'll just do like a service around that and not do an actual company. So building an emergency fund of 2K, that's still going to be in the works. That's still something that I'm going to be aiming for because it is essential in a society like this one. And then also earning 1K every month and 5K from Q3. Although this one seems very, very unachievable, especially as I haven't even earned 1K in January, I still want to aim for this goal. And the reason as to why is because, again, I think I did say this in the New Year resolutions. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I said like the realistic baseline of what you could achieve compared to what you're actually setting that goal to be will kind of make you progress to a higher level of what you were going to be able to achieve anyways. So we've got 8 New Year resolutions instead of 9, right? 9? 8. We've got 8 instead of 9. So that's what we're going to be aiming for. These are very, very realistic as far as I'm aware, or except for the last one. But yeah, except for the last one. But we're keeping these as they are, and if anything changes, obviously I'll update you guys as I am now. And I'm gonna try and communicate with you guys as much as possible this year. Communication is one of my values, but like when I have like issues regarding like my uploads and stuff, I don't really communicate as well as I want to, which means that I'm not actually maintaining my integrity, and that's such a big part of me. Like I want to be able to maintain my integrity than to not maintain it, you know. So what I'm gonna do is continue communicating with you guys and like updating you guys around these things. Definitely gonna be using my posts as well on Instagram as well, trying to actually live my life. Again, don't expect much from me when it's winter, don't expect much from me when it's autumn. I'm gonna be inside the house, I'm gonna be, you know, trying to figure out my life while I'm inside the house. I will probably go out, you may not see every little bit of that, but we're doing something at least. Trying to really upskill ourselves for summer, for when we actually start doing stuff, you know. Yeah, but that said, don't expect much from me for summer as well. And that's not even to put myself down, it's just more so like, let's keep our expectations low, so when things actually happen, we're like, wow, you know. So yeah, anyways, let's do this goal setting thing because time's not waiting for us. Right, okay, so we're gonna start this off. I'll actually make sure that I'm charging my phone while I do this because otherwise it's just gonna die on the both of us and we don't want that. So this is like January to March content, and this is January. There's like 7 goals that I've had basically for January. So like obviously solid morning routine, starting 75 hard. Didn't actually do that. I'm gonna do 25 soft. Then I'm gonna do business plan development. I literally just paid I just renewed my Crunchyroll subscription as well. I don't think there's any new episodes. Yeah, there's no new episodes. I think they're gonna do another season. I think that's what we're waiting for, but yeah, let's just start it all over again. It's already going from the end because I've already watched it. So I don't start all over from the beginning.
Alpha 2. Nothing unusual to report.
Itadakimasu. Itadakimasu. So it's literally actually already 10:30, 10:40 almost basically. And time literally has been flying. I need to still continue writing my goals, and I still need to do the send training. I was literally thinking I can literally just do it tomorrow. Like I can do the send training tomorrow, and I might end up doing the send training tomorrow because I genuinely do not feel like doing it right now. The thing is, for me, right, I feel like time isn't really dragging now that I feel like it's going a bit fast, if I'm being completely honest. I don't feel like time is dragging. I can genuinely consciously feel time passing. Like, not like I can genuinely feel every second going. That's not what I mean. It's like I can genuinely like I'm genuinely continuously thinking about how time is literally passing. It's not January anymore. It's not January 1st anymore. We're literally in February, and February has gone so... February is already going. February is going so quickly. People are saying like, oh, time is dragging. No, it's not. We're literally gonna go into 2027 in a month. Like, bro, like, it's that serious. Like, genuinely, like, we're gonna turn 1 year. I'm gonna be 1 year older. Not even 10 months, 8 months. I'm gonna be 10 months old. I'm gonna be 1 year old in 8 months. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready to turn a year older. I'm literally just turned 20. You know, like, bro, time is actually passing us by. And I don't understand how people say like, oh, time is dragging. No, it's not. Like, genuinely, time is going so fast, you just feel like it's dragging. I don't know how else to describe it, but I don't like how time is just passing so quickly and there's nothing we can do about it. Like, you genuinely have to pick your ass up and do stuff. Otherwise, you know, another year's gone. That's genuinely what it is. I can't not be faced with that reality. Does that make sense? Like, I just can't not, you know. Let's do our goals because I want to apply for something as well. I might do applications, I might do send, who freaking knows what I do. But I know that I have a lot of things that I want to do, so let's just start checking them off at this point, honestly. Written up the goals for this month. Although it seems straightforward on paper, it can be very, very hard to actually execute. So we just need to make sure that we actually try and keep on top of this.
Quality that speaks for itself.
These are again our hands. Okay, morning. Wow. Basically, we just put up this stuff. Just put up my new February goals that kind of relate to these, and then we also put back up my content plan as well for YouTube. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly edit some content. Let me just bring you guys up a little bit. Okay, what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna edit some content, post it because I haven't posted it in so long, and I'm not going another day without posting content. And then I'm going to start doing my housing applications because all of the stuff that I need to do has gotten sent through. So hopefully by the end of the week, I would have already gone to the flat. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So that's basically what we're doing. And I need to update my LCA as well, which if you don't know, again, leaving care advisor, I just tell her that I got the application sent off, so we may be looking at the flat soon. I'm making good progress, I guess. And I'll just quickly flip my thingamajig, my plantain, because it's literally got 1 minute left and I haven't flipped it yet. So I'm gonna have to keep it in the air fryer for a little bit longer. But yeah, that's a bit of an update for you guys. Yeah. They asked me for my sexuality as well. I just said prefer not to say because I don't feel like there's a need for me to say who I'm interested in, because like, am I gonna go on a date with anyone, like from there, like they don't need to know. I don't. Yeah. Got my plantain. I'm leaving the ones I didn't cook as well in the air fryer to just cook a little bit more. But some of them cooked still like evenly, even though I didn't turn it. Poured salt, like too much salt into the bowl, like when I was putting the plantain. So I'm not gonna use that bowl anymore. Yeah. Sometimes I do get stuff like this where like I just take a piece of like baking paper and I just use it to eat. But you know what, it works. So
Do you recall late summer nights? We were moving through the city under broken lights. No plans ahead.
I need to go get some documents like my mail, because I need to get some documents that have like my proof of address. I need to get one for my housing benefit and all that kind of stuff. And I haven't checked my mail in a second. Oh my god, my leg looks so good here. Sorry. Yeah, so I need to go do that real quick, and then I'll be able to submit the email that I need to send with everything inside of it. And then I need to complete another form as well regarding my housing. Just gonna do one tie because it doesn't need more than one right now, because I'm not going out for a long period of time and all that. Actually tried my best not to get shot on. My dupe literally came out at the same time. That is absolute jokes. Oh, back in the warmth, bro. Back in the warmth. I need to make sure that when I do leave, I do the return to sender for them. From the previous tenant, so I'll try and get this done as soon as possible. I have to find out where my nearest mailbox is. I don't remember these kinds of things, but yeah, I need to get rid of these as soon as possible. Hey guys, oh my god. Okay, so I got an update. I got updates on my housing association. Sorry, I got oh my god, I can't even speak. First of all, I got updates on the housing application. I finished it. Everything that needs to be done is done. Thank Lord. Then we've got I got a call as well because I literally just emailed the self-employment and enterprise support program, and literally they got back to me, and I literally was on the phone to them as well, and oh my god, it was such a good conversation. It was such a good call. I genuinely appreciate people who genuinely take the time to go through everything with me and let me understand things, give me information. They seem very well versed in what they're doing and everything like that. Very, very appreciative. Literally, I'm being onboarded into that program, and next week I'll be also having a session as well with future entrepreneurs as well, which is absolutely crazy. I'm so grateful. I can't even. And then third one, which is not that great of news, but honestly I take it as a sign. I actually got back my application from one of the freelance jobs that I applied for. It's the only one that I applied for so far. I did not get the job. They said, unfortunately, your application, what did they say? Unfortunately, we will not be moving forward with your application to the interview stage on this occasion, but we would like to thank you for the time and effort that went into the application and your interest in the charity. So that's essentially what happened. Unfortunately, they didn't want me. That's okay. I'm just really appreciative of the work and the effort that I put into like everything. I literally wrote a cover letter. They didn't even require a cover letter. I wrote a beautiful cover letter. They didn't even require one. I just had to answer some questions and I fumbled on it a little bit, you know. So it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. It's okay. If they don't want me, that's okay. They're missing out. They're truly missing out on someone who's very, very passionate about what they do. So, it's okay. So, those are the 3 beats of news. We should be getting a viewing very soon. Oh my god! Oh my god, I'm so excited. I literally filmed some reactions as well for me getting back the call around the employment program. So, yeah, I literally take it as a sign because like I want to work for myself. So, the program that I literally showed interest in, they wanted me. The people who I have to work for, they didn't want me. Period. You know, period. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm so grateful for every opportunity that I get, for every opportunity I apply for, show interest in, and people can't get back to me. I'd rather someone get back to me than to not get back to me at all and, you know, not tell me whether or not I have a job. I literally got out of the shower. I just creamed and everything and then just put on these clothes again. Just my shorts and t-shirt. I showed my interest in like a program which you guys know about. I just like replied to emails and stuff, and I sent across different bits and pieces. I need to actually do some more work today as well. I made myself some food, but I'm gonna make myself some more food in a bit. Probably gonna be sweet potatoes. I don't have a lot in my fridge if I'm being completely honest. I got sweet potatoes and I got chicken, but the chicken's raw. It's not ready yet, so yeah, I'll probably have to make the chicken tomorrow because I'm not up for it today. But I can make the sweet potatoes today. I think that's what I'll have for the rest of the day. It's kind of like struggle meal kind of vibe because I'm not gonna make anything else, but here's what it is. I don't know when I slept actually. Slept around 2. I think I slept around 2 or 3. My LCA, my leaving care advisor, actually called me. So I woke up at that time, which is actually really good because at least then it means I can get to sleep earlier today, thankfully. Yeah. Someone's calling me now, actually. I'll see you guys in a sec. Literally, we had a meeting. Let me tell you, this one person in the meeting had such an amazing smile, such a phenomenal, beautiful smile. Like, bro, I could just take it and stick it on my wall. That's how beautiful this smile was. I can't even lie to you. I had to tell them as well, your smile's really beautiful. And like, I complimented another person as well in there as well. He had red hair. I was like, I love your red hair. I love your hair. But yeah, anyways, moving on. So I need to retwist my hair. That's one of the main reasons why we're here right now. We need to retwist my hair. I did say in my last video that I'd actually be cleaning my kitchen. That may or may not happen in this video. It might be the next video. I'm sorry if it's not this video, but we will be doing it. I did actually clean my kitchen, like part of my kitchen anyways, which is why like it's not a priority right now. I did clean part of my kitchen as I said I would, but it's just I'm gonna be moving out, that's one thing. So yeah, and it's just not a priority right now for me to do my kitchen because I've literally done what needed to be done, so it's fine. Anyways, moving on. I'm gonna retwist my hair. That's another thing. I'm gonna retwist my hair, and I also want to talk to you guys a little bit more about my January, what I accomplished, how my New Year resolutions are going, and everything like that. But I don't want to talk to you guys about that while the eyebrow is going because I know it's gonna go. you know, so we're gonna talk about that in a bit. I don't even want to continue my work right now. I just want to chill for a bit, if I'm being completely honest. So we might just chill for a bit. How much time do I have? I mean, I got the rest of the evening. I'll give myself like a little bit. I'll give myself an hour or two maximum to just chill, and then we're gonna do some work, and then we're gonna do a reflection as well on my New Year resolution so far, how January was for me, how February is going for me, and then we can just like kind of like recenter ourselves around our new resolutions, how we're gonna accomplish those things, how we are currently accomplishing those things, and just moving forward. Okay, so I've literally just wrote 2 pieces. I'm not really like the most proud of them. The last one the second one that I wrote is I'm more proud of, just because it's literally me talking about my actual own experience of me moving into this place, which was not at all positive. Hey, what's up, people? I hope you're all doing okay. It's Friday today, and I'm literally supposed to be posting this tomorrow in literally 17 hours. 17 hours. So wish me luck, bro. Wish me luck, okay? I've already started editing it. We're at the end now. Well, I just wanted to tell you guys about a little bit about my January reflections, and then also what we're doing going into February, and like our main goals. The things that we're trying to focus on this month, especially as it's almost ending. It's already halfway. So let's just quickly get on that so that we can end the video here and look forward to the next one, okay? This is an hour-long video, and I'm hoping you guys enjoy it. If it's less than an hour, I'll probably cut some more down before I finished it. But yeah, so for January, we started the year off alright. We only ate fast food once, which was a part of the plan. We actually aligned ourselves with the diet we were taking up really well. I was able to eat more protein. I was able to eat more fibers. Like than last year, like on average, like every month to month or week to week, I was able to also eat like just like high protein, high fiber, like more so than usual. And then also I ate a bit of carbs, which is totally fine. It's just more so I'm just trying to stay off of processed foods as much as possible. Not to say that it's gonna always be possible, but at least fast food mainly as well. And then so just in general with my work, I was able to continue with charities that I work in, and also continuing with the other charities as well that I work in, because I work in 2 charities now. Just been onboarded onto one in October, so I'm fairly new. I've been doing work with that, and I finally actually been able to submit in February 2 invoices as well for work that I have done. So I'm making good progress. I've also been doing some mentoring as well. I attended my mentoring sessions, and I also attended my self-improvement sessions as well. And basically I have been able to decide that, oh okay, I'm going to be a sole trader as well. I think that was in February that I decided that, if not January, but I was able to make quite a few decisions on like what I want going forward, and just being able to push through, being able to budget really well as well, which I did really well in January. And I'm also trying to do also again in February, because I don't want to be wasting money that I don't need to be wasting. So that's also another kind of like a focus just throughout the year, just being mindful of how much money I'm spending, being mindful of like how much time I'm putting into certain things. Also trying not to doom scroll. Doom scrolling, like I'm able to be like intentional, but I just haven't been as much as I could be. When I do doom scroll, I just don't like doing it. But it's not for like a long period of time where I'm like very concerned for myself. It's just is what it is. But yeah, I've also been working out more, running, all of that. But in February, I did break my toenail. And obviously I went to A&E. Money went down the drain because of it. Not down the drain, more so because it did help my health. It did help me like obviously get back on track with my health. It was a worthy sacrifice. And I'm really appreciative of the person who helped me. So that was like a memorable moment as well in the new year, like especially starting out, and also in my February. And also I pulled my hamstring, I believe. So like obviously you got your quad muscle, and then obviously behind that would be your hamstrings. I believe I pulled like my hamstring muscles, because basically you know like how ballerinas, some of them can like bend over and then their head can touch their knees, like that's how much they can stretch. You know, like a full body stretch, like not a full body stretch but like a leg stretch, a hamstring stretch, when you just bend over and you touch your toes. I can touch my head to my knees, or I could, but because I pulled my hamstring, I wasn't able to do that anymore. I could literally only go like halfway, as if I'm just bending over to pick something off the floor. I could only go halfway down, so that was terrifying a little bit. Just trying to get on back on track. I'm almost able to touch my head to my knees now, so I'm definitely recovering. I'm trying to take it easy as well and not push myself too much. What I was doing was RDLs, and RDLs just pulled my muscle. I think that's what had triggered it, but is what it is. Just trying to push through, trying to eat well again, and that kind of stuff. Eat snacks if I want to, if I really want to, but obviously not eating snacks all the time. And again, just doing the once a month fast food if I want to. I've been craving creams, not so much Mitza pretzels, but I can have them both in the same day if I really want to this month, but not craving Mitza pretzels as much, just craving creams more so, because I want ice cream and waffles. But I was literally thinking, can I just not just make it with my own resources, with my own devices, you know? Which I could, but I might just have to get a waffle maker and stuff. So I'm just thinking, okay, maybe long term we can get stuff to make for creams, basically, because I need chocolate sauce and I need to know how to make my own cookie dough ice cream and that kind of stuff. Like if I needed an ice cream, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like obviously long term it would be a good investment to have these kinds of things, especially if I want to have, you know, desserts and stuff, but on a low budget and also at home and healthier. But it's just more so right now it would probably take more out of my pocket than is needed at the moment, especially as I'm trying to move out. And kind of leading on to that as well, in February obviously I want to move out. That is one of my big goals, especially since I found out that I'm going to be able to move. It is a new build that I'll be moving into. I think it's a small flat, I think. I'm not sure honestly, but I'm just hoping that it's going to be somewhere that I can genuinely imagine myself living in for the next 10 years if I really had to. Obviously I'm just thinking in my head that most likely because of the area I'd probably live there like less than 5 years, but who knows actually what would be going on. And I know that sometimes as well moving out can be hard, especially in this economy, but we'll see what happens anyways. We're not going to think too far in the future. What we'll be thinking about is the things that do matter that will be coming up in the future, instead of worrying about where I'm going to live if we're just trying to focus on the present moment, basically. But yeah, I would love to read more books as well, try and educate myself more. Obviously posting more as well around my digestible project as well. Excuse me, I'm just doing things that I love. So those are kind of like things I'm just gonna keep trying to do. Yeah. So yeah, and I want to retwist my hair as well. I'm gonna be retwisting my hair like maybe latest end of next week. But I'm probably gonna retwist my hair within the next few days. But yeah, currently I'm at my both mothers. And I'm going to use my Wi-Fi to literally upload the video, because I promise you it'd probably take a day if I was to upload this video. It would take a day. I wish I was kidding, but it'd probably take a day, because when I do like 10 to 20 minute videos, it literally takes like 4 hours. So if I was to do a whole hour, bro, that would take like 16 hours, maybe a day. So let's not even do that to ourselves. That's basically it. I think like a goal for March would obviously just be to finalize my IJAP program, so like my It's Just a Phase program, because I want to be able to run that, and also just being able to facilitate more independently as well. Hopefully by the end of Q1, because we're literally finishing Q1 soon. Absolutely crazy how summer's literally around the corner, and I'm absolutely excited for it. But literally the year is literally passing us by, and I cannot stress that enough. Literally, if there's something that you want to go after, please go after it. Obviously you guys watching my videos is literally you guys being a part of my journey in terms of becoming an entrepreneur, in terms of, you know, pursuing my dreams as a content creator, in terms of me making mistakes, in terms of me being a yapper, in terms of me just living my life, or existing. Sometimes it's not always just living whatever. Sometimes it's just existing in the present moment, or just existing as someone who obviously has mental health conditions and all these kinds of things, and just battling it out basically. So it really just depends, but that's basically a little bit. This is just like a snapshot into my life of me just going after what I want, and also just pushing through like the hard times as well. It's not always going to be sunshines and roses, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But kind of as I said in the video, as I was talking about Palestine, I do want you guys to also, if you can, to boycott brands that, you know, that fund genocide, because obviously it's a very important thing to be knowing about, to be educating yourself on and all that kind of stuff. Even if you don't know like every single detail, just boycotting as many brands as you can, or like at least a few to start off with, is very, very one, important, and also is actually very, very helpful to do so. Even if people say it doesn't make that much of a difference, it really does, especially if 1 million people were boycotting one brand, which means that that business would close down. And there's been franchises like Starbucks or McDonald's that have closed down all over the world. So don't feel like you doing something doesn't make a difference, because it does. And that is where people think that, oh no, it doesn't make a difference, but it does. So yeah, free Palestine, free Congo, and every single country that's suffering, as I do say in my end card as well. And I'll speak to you guys very soon. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you. Bye.